Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and George Kambosos. Get this. Ryan Garcia says Kambosos got lucky against Teofimo. Ooh. Ryan Garcia isn't giving George Kambosos credit for his win over Teofimo Lopez last November because he feels it was him getting lucky that night. The comment from Ryan has been echoed by many boxing fans who feel that the only reason Kambosos beat Teofimo is that he caught him on his worst night. Ryan, 21-0 and 18 KO, says that Kambosos isn't as skilled as Teofimo, and his victory can be attributed to him working harder than the more talented Teo. Kambosos, 20-0 with 10 KOs, knocked down the previously unbeaten Teofimo, which is 16-1 with 12 KOs in the first round, and then outboxed him the rest of the way to win a 12th round split decision. After the fight, Kambosos offered Teofimo the opportunity for a rematch, but he chose not to take it. Instead, he decided to move up to 140. Ranked number 2, the WBC, Ryan says he's going to show Kambosos that he doesn't belong inside the same ring with him in the future when the two fight. Wow. And Ryan said this. He said, "That was a very weird night. Don't get me wrong. Kudos for him winning," said Ryan Garcia. "I don't think he's as skillful as Teofimo Lopez. I still don't think he's as skillful. I think he caught Teofimo at the right time. That's all. I really do believe that. It's just my opinion. I know boxing and I could see it. Do you know what I mean?" The thing I do like about Kambosos is that he might not be the best talent, but he probably works super hard. So he beat talented Teofimo when talent didn't work hard, and you can never knock a guy on that. Those are the words of Ryan Garcia. Let me counterpunch. First off, people, Ryan Garcia saying that George Kambosos caught Teofimo on his worst night. Well, that's not George's fault. But is it true? And the answer to that is no. I don't think it's true. I think Teofimo Lopez went out there with the wrong game plan and the wrong mentality. He went out there with arrogance. He went out there with anger. He went out there with a lot of things on his mind besides focus. Okay? So regardless if it was his worst night or not, I think his worst night turned into a night that he didn't have everything that he needed to win. And what I mean by that, it wasn't anything to do with health or anything like that. Now, you could bring that to the forefront. You could say that, hey, Teofimo Lopez, man, had air in his chest. You know, he could have died. Doctors confirmed he could have died. A lot was going on with him. He was contemplating suicide at times. His wife just left him. He just had a baby on top of that. People were sucking him dry and money and this and that and the other. But, hey, that comes with the program. Okay? That just looks like, if that was just broken down by Ryan Garcia, that just looks like an excuse to me, or should I say excuses to me, because you can't knock another guy for working super hard and less talented and then getting the job done when a guy that's more talented that didn't, right? And went out there thinking that he was just going to blow this guy out of the water, and that didn't happen. That just showed hard work and dedication supersede someone that's supposed to be more quote-unquote skillful, right? And speaking of super hard, where the hell was he working hard at? See, Canelo Alvarez already blasted him. He blew the whistle on him, and I think that's why Ryan is really pissed at Canelo. See, he's pissed at Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez came out and said, yo, this is what this motherfucker really does. This is what he used to do when he came here. Don't blame my trainer when he didn't even show up. He show up on a Monday and then stay 20 minutes or an hour and then show up back up on a Friday. That's not how you do shit. So if anybody was waiting for anything, it was Reynoso waiting for Ryan, right? So I think that's what Ryan was talking about. So I don't think he should be talking about no one that doesn't work hard enough. I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to empathize with Teofimo, saying that Teofimo Lopez did the same thing that he does or was said to do, not work hard enough. Okay, but also, I think he's saying that about George Kambosos because his ass knows that the Devin Haney versus Kambosos fight is almost near. And see, if Devin gets that fight, I think it will leave him out in the cold. Okay? See, Ryan Garcia sat around for so long, him and Andy Ruiz, bullshitting, not really working, making up every excuse when not to fight, postponing fights, canceling fights, you know what I mean? Inactivity up the ass. That's what they did. See, Ryan Garcia could have fought Devin Haney. He just didn't want to. He could have fought Fortuna. He didn't want to. He blamed something else for another reason. I'm not even going to go into that right now because it's not important. The important thing was he did not show his ass up in the ring and he did not stay consistent. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to take the credit away from Kambosos, you know, and that's the insult, right? I'm not trying to take any credit away from him, but yes, you are. You're saying he got lucky, and he did not get lucky. If you train and motivate yourself and dedicate yourself to the gym and you work on the game plan, how the fuck is that being lucky? Counterpunch. Counterpunch. So for him saying he got lucky because he trained and worked his ass off, that's lucky? Well, that means everybody need to be lucky, including you, motherfucker. That means you need to be lucky too. That's what that means. But I think the whole outer lining of this whole thing is he doesn't want to be left out. He's trying to put his bid in because he already knows Devin Haney has the fight. So he wants to put his bid in. So whoever wins that fight, he hopes it's Kambosos. He wants the next fight. Or he wants it to appear like he wants the next fight. Does he really want it? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know that, and I can't prove that. So I can only assume that he does, right? So that's why he's saying that, because he knows Devin Haney has that shot, and he's up for that shot. Why? Because he's the WBC lightweight champion of the world. Okay? Not the interim or whatever the fuck Ryan's supposed to be. Okay, so for him saying that, I'll show him and this and that and the other. Okay, where the fuck was you the whole time? Right? But it may be a competition thing with Devin Haney, and Devin Haney now can give a shit about Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia has nothing to offer compared to Kambosos. Okay, so yeah, again, it could leave him out in the cold, and whoever gets all those belts would be the guy to fight. And that may or may not be what Ryan Garcia is trying to get to. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Ryan Garcia saying that Kambosos got lucky with Teofimo Lopez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!